Okay, so let's talk about the ADS model. So I will give you four situations and see how this can changes this ADS model. So first we have the three lines, the long run aggressive supply, the short run aggressive supply, and the aggressive demand. So there is intersection to show the equivalence of the three lines. So the first situation is when people are willing to buy, have more demands. For example, like people are more confident with investing, or people have a faster money supply growth. So this will lead the aggressive demands to the right. So like this. And then we're gonna have our new aggressive demand curve. So we could say instead of just one intersection, we have two more intersections over here and here. So first we're gonna say that in the past we have a equivalence over here and here. So the output used to be over there and the price used to be over here. But now if we are moving the aggressive demand to the right, we have different changes on the short term. So we will see the short term first. So we could say that the outcome is going to the right, which means we have more outcome, and the price is going up. So if the aggressive demand is to the right, and then in the short run aggressive supply, we will have our outcome output to be higher and the price to be higher. So this happening, let's think about if we are selling a pizza, and if in the past we only could produce like 100 and now 120 people want to buy our things. So at the beginning we may think maybe we could produce more pizza. So we are increasing our output, and also we want to increase our price. But let's say they charge for the long term, so I will use a different color, maybe the green color. So in the long term, we could say they have this two. So for the outcome, it's still the same, but for the price, it's should increase much higher than the short term. So let's write this over here. So this tells us that in the long term, the outcome will keep the same, but the price gonna be higher, because if we're trying to work harder, like to making 120 pieces, and we could do it in a short term, but in long term it's too hard for us to keep doing that hard working every day. So they will finally just increasing the price. So these are the changes for the short term aggressive supply and the long term aggressive supply when there has a aggressive demand increase. So let's say the second situation. So let's think about not inverse way. So if people are fear to invest, or if we have a lower money supply growth, which means it's gonna lead the aggressive demand curve to the left. So what will happening if the aggressive demand to the left? So we will have a new AD over here. So we could say it still have two new intersections over the short run aggressive supply and the long run aggressive supply. So let's see the short term first. So in the past, the price and outcome is over here and here, but now it changes. So in a short run, the outcome is going to less and the price is going to lower. So this happening, let's think about the same situation when we are selling a pizza. So if we feel like that few people are willing to buy our product, buy our pizzas, we may think maybe we should produce less because few people want to buy it. And we don't to decrease our price right now. So we will first decrease output, but then we find that, let's say, the long term. So in the long term, we have this one. So we have this output, same output as the original, but a much lower price. So let's write this. So if the aggressive demand is to the left, and then our short-run aggressive will have a output become less and price become less. But for the long-run aggressive supply, it's just the price going much more less. So this happening is because in the long term, we're more willing to sell the same amount as we could produce with a lower price instead of just to sell the less amount with a higher price. So this happening when the aggressive demand was decreased.